welcome to Intuitive Moon Tarot. I'm Jen and I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading for you today. Today's pick a card reading is going to be Do They Miss Me and What's Going On with Them. I do have two decks for you to select from. We have deck A and we have deck B. I'm going to give you just a few seconds here to close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths. Bring this person to the front of your mind. Possibly think of a fond memory the two of you shared. And ask of the universe and your spirit guides for insight into this connection and if they are missing you. Okay, you want to go where you're very first intuitively drawn. For those of you that need more time, you're welcome to pause the video here and take all the time you need. For the rest of you, we're going to go ahead and get started with deck A. Okay, for those of you that are just now tuning in, I know you're really eager to get your answers, so I'm going to make this short and sweet, but I do have to give you a quick reminder before we get started. These are general readings. There's no guarantee that every general reading will resonate with every single person that watches these videos. So just take what feels good to you in your soul, what's resonating with your story, and what's helpful to you, and leave the rest for somebody else. We don't want to try to force these things to fit. If this isn't your message and this isn't your story, that's okay. I have lots of pick a card readings on my channel. Most of them are not time restricted. I also have soulmate twin flame readings, element readings. So if you haven't already and you feel inspired to do so, please subscribe to the channel. You can click the bell notification, and anytime there's new uploads, you will be notified. And anytime you feel inspired or drawn to one of those readings, I recommend watching those, and also scroll through some of the previous videos and see if there isn't something there for you as well. All of that being said, you have been so incredibly patient, and let's get started. So deck A, we have the Knight of Wands, rushing towards the Queen of Pentacles, Bella Rosa, and Obedience. So give me just a minute to look over these cards and see what I'm feeling. So whenever we talk about knights, that is action-oriented energy. Wands is fire energy. You may be dealing with a fire sign. It most certainly does not have to be. They could have fire in their charts, or they could just be taking on this energy right now. But in short, yes, but I have to give you a disclaimer here that whenever we see Bella Rosa, also known as the devil, that can talk about some toxicity, possible addictions, codependency, kind of a toxic connection between two people. It doesn't have to be, but what I'm feeling here is one party, which I would assume to be you, but of course the energies can go vice versa since this is general, is more grounded, more stable, more disciplined, and has more to offer than the other party. And so this party is very much so, who would I assume the person that you're asking about, is very much drawn to your energy, whether they actually act on that or not, because I do see that they're kind of hiding behind this mask here. It's like, what I'm hearing is it's like they don't even really know themselves. So when we talk about the Queen of Pentacles, this energy is absolutely stunning. We're talking about being grounded, being able to do it all, being able to hold down the household as well as start a business, be an entrepreneur. This is somebody who is just surrounded by rose quartz, which that's the crystal of unconditional love, right? And you just see that big tree there. You know those are deep roots. Like, she is just grounded, surrounded by unconditional love, confident in who she is, stable. And this other party is very much so drawn to that energy. But when we talk about the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands can kind of be an act now, think later type of energy. It's not always somebody that has clear intentions or has considered the consequences of their actions or how it's going to affect other people. They don't always have like a stable, solid goal in mind. This can be someone who acts impulsively, which I'm also seeing here with the Devil and obedience. So I know everyone wants to hear that they're missed and that they're valued and that they're loved. And, you know, and of course, whether this person misses you or not, you're still a very valuable, incredible human being, worthy of love, right? And the universe will bring you the right partner. As far as this person goes, they are drawn to you passionately. So my concern here is, what is their intentions? Are they drawn to you for a physical, intimate connection, for the sex, if that's present in your relationship? Or are they drawn to you because of the stability and your financial stability or what you have to offer? Even if it's not financial stability, when we talk about pentacles, we kind of go there, but it can also just be that you're grounded, you're stable, you're unconditional love. I kind of see this person may not know exactly who they are, and so they turn to you for kind of their own identity. I don't see the scales here in our obedience card being balanced. I don't know if you can see that. I'm sorry about the glare, but they are off balance here. And this person is blindfolded, and I almost see as kind of defensive and still with this red dress. It's like a lot of passion, but I do see that things can kind of be unbalanced. This person is blinded to the fact that they're not bringing an equal give and take to this relationship, that maybe you want something that's stable and grounded and long-term. Or this, again, these energies can go vice versa, so just bear with me and just take whatever storyline works for you. But I do see someone wanting to, even if they're not actually physically wanting to rush back into you or to this connection, they are still passionately drawn to you. They still have that lure to you, but I don't know how healthy it is. I think that this person needs to be able to look themselves in the mirror and remove their mask and face their toxicity and things that they have that are unresolved. But yes, your energy here is present as stable, grounded, unconditional love. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is just incredible. It's he can do it all. So that's what I'm seeing here. I hope that was helpful. If that resonated with you, wonderful. Please leave me comments, likes. Let me know my energy is appreciated. Any information for private readings will be in the description box. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Love and light. Okay, for those of you that are just now tuning in, I know you're really eager to get your answers, so I'm going to make this short and sweet, but I do have to give you a quick reminder before we get started. These are general readings. There's no guarantee that every general reading will resonate with every single person that watches these videos. So just take what feels good to you in your soul, what's resonating with your story, and what's helpful to you, and leave the rest for somebody else. We don't want to try to force these things to fit. If this isn't your message and this isn't your story, that's okay. I have lots of pick a card readings on my channel. Most of them are not time restricted. I also have soulmate twin flame readings, element readings. So if you haven't already and you feel inspired to do so, please subscribe to the channel. Keep, you can click the bell notification, and anytime there's new uploads, you will be notified. And anytime you feel inspired or drawn to one of those readings, I recommend watching those, and also scroll through some of the previous videos and see if there isn't something there for you as well. All of that being said, you have been so incredibly patient, and let's get started. For deck B, we have the Seven of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Magician, Celtic Owl, and the High Priestess of Water. So give me just a minute to look over these cards and see what I'm feeling here. So I'm just seeing something I've never seen in my two cards together before. So when we talk about the Seven of Cups, it can kind of talk about being lost in your daydreams, kind of fantasizing more than putting in the action necessary to bring the things that you desire into fruition. This can be daydreaming, illusions, fantasizing. Sometimes it can talk about overindulging or addictions or escapism to some extent. You can kind of look at the imagery here. Sorry for the glare. But I mean, you kind of get the feeling here when you look at this card. This is just kind of very much based off illusion, fantasy. And then when I see that with the Magician here, the Magician talks a lot about manifesting things into reality. But you see, I've never noticed how he's holding this cup here. And then this cup is being offered to her. So it's like he's trying to manifest her back into his reality. But when I also see the King of Pentacles to me is a very independent energy. It's and I'm getting a couple different messages. So bear with me because there's a lot of people I'm assuming picked this deck because I'm getting a lot here. But with the King of Pentacles, I always see this as kind of an independent energy, somebody that feels grounded and stable on their own, that maybe kind of feels like it rocks their foundation to get into a committed relationship or be very vulnerable with somebody. I see somebody here who's just kind of set in their ways, and I also see someone here that may possibly be fantasizing about success and women and recognition and, you know, worldly things, and they may kind of be in this self-centered energy where they're not really being realistic. They're just trying to manifest all these things into fruition, and maybe neglecting the connection that they had with you, maybe even thinking like there's bigger and better things out there for them, but they're kind of in this stuck hanged man energy. So I don't see that they're actually taking a lot of action towards making any of their fantasies or desires or daydreams come true. They may have a fantasy or desire for you and daydream about you and still think, you know, back on the connection, but they are kind of set in their ways and they're stuck in this energy of, I don't really know how to move forward. I'm focused on self-love. Here we see the rose quartz, which is unconditional love, but to me it's kind of like an unconditional self-love. So this may be a person that's really focused and grounded on loving themselves, trying to manifest things into their reality. When we see the High Priestess of Water, this talks about reminding you that everything changes. It's like water can change from ice, you know, melted back into liquid form, from solid form to snowflakes. You know, it's constantly moving, it's constantly changing. So this may be somebody that's just kind of all over the place. And when we talk about water, we talk about emotion. So this may be somebody that just kind of flips back and forth between like missing you and then wanting to be independent and fantasizing about success away from you, or somebody who's fearful of this connection, or this could be someone who's sitting back trying to manifest you back into their reality, but they're kind of stuck because they're not really taking a lot of action to make things happen between the two of you. So I'm seeing quite a bit, but I do see somebody here that does think of you, that does at least daydream about reconnecting or maybe seeing you again. Maybe they could possibly drink a little bit too much or overindulge in some way or another. And when they're in that state of mind, they kind of reflect back on things with you. That's not always healthy. I know we always want to hear that people miss us and that we're valued. But just like I said in the other reading, you are an incredibly valuable human being, and the universe will bring to you what's meant to you. We talk about the Celtic owl. So the Celtic owl and the hanged man are one and the same, but they have a little bit different meanings. So you kind of combine them here for this message. But the owl can see clearly, I mean, in the dead of night. They can just see right through the darkness. And they can turn their head all the way around and see what's going on behind them, see what's coming for them. This is just a very wise, calm, stable, intuitive energy. So, you know, I'm just kind of feeling like, I just feel like this person has some kind of a desire to manifest something with you on some level. Like they still think about that. They still, when they're kind of in that state of mind, they're just reflecting back on like would've, could've, should've. And they're kind of seeing you as a type of a fantasy or a daydream, but I don't know that they're necessarily willing to go through the motions to act on it because their emotions are kind of all over the place and changing and fluctuating, and they feel stuck in that energy. I hope that made sense. So that's what I'm getting. It was really scattered because I'm getting quite a bit here. So let me know if that resonated with you and if that made sense to you. If you need a personal reading, keep in mind that I can pull something that's specifically meant for you. I really appreciate you sharing your energy with me today and trusting me to do your reading. It was a pleasure reading for you, and love and light.